Hello, hello. It is I, Karen. It is day 42 of my most recent 100 Days of Making Comics attempt, and I sort of finished up these two dudes in the bottom here. I changed this guy's costume, so now I'm going to have to fix it up in the other panel, but
what's wrong with your ear? You've been scratching it a lot lately. You got a little infection in there? I need to clear. Oh my gosh. Do I need to clear the earwax and gunk out of there? Yeah?
I'll look at it tomorrow, okay? So, let's see. It's almost midnight. I'm gonna go for a little bit. I want to adjust this dude, or maybe, because I need to put a slight down angle on him, like I did with the others. So, looks like my computer's a little laggy with the software going, with the OBS on right now. So once I redraw this guy, then I will redo the main girl, and then I will ink this panel and move on with my with the shading and stuff, and then hopefully be done with this silly page. It's a good thing that, you know, this isn't client work or anything. They'd be yelling at me right now because I'm like redoing everything a million times. But it's for me, so I can do it as many times as I want to. I'm having a problem. I'm having a problem with this red underneath. I'll have to get rid of it after I block in this. Sometimes it helps me to visualize if I put a pseudo skull underneath here, and you know, I don't know. Oh, where is my thingamabob? So the main thing on this guy is his wide bottom nose. Brow ridges instead of heavy brow thingies instead of eyebrows. So those would be like this. They would curve down, I guess. If they were three-dimensional tubes on the side of his head, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Huh. I apparently accidentally switched my pencil layer again. Color, I mean. Sometimes I accidentally click the Wacom pen that came with my Cintiq has a clicky doodle right at the grip and on one side, and I often hit it accidentally, and then I end up like it acts like a dropper tool, and then suddenly I'm drawing in the wrong color, which is annoying. Annoying. Oh, crikey. Not sure here. Whoops. I know, dog. I'll be done soon. I am... God, finally. This autosave kills me. I tried to turn it off, but... obviously I did not. Okay. Turn this way, see if that looks right. Ah. You can see me going over the same area because I'm indecisive on this. I'm not sure how his neck fits in here. I gotta deal with it. He's supposed to be one of those turkey neck dudes, you know, doesn't really have a neck. Kind of like me now that I'm old. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, let's move his head up. Might need to be bigger. I'm gonna have to sit on. I think I'm gonna. No, that's too big, isn't it? Oh, poopy. I'm gonna sit on this overnight. The incredibly overly fussy pencils of Karen Lewis Bonfiglio. Bonfiglio. Needlessly complicated. Man, I'm having problems here. Find the center line. Find the center line. Find the center line. If you're going to make your people stiff, make them stiff enough to cut diamonds or glass. Okay. Doesn't matter. Ah, come on. Sure, Cintiq. All right, I think that's good enough for now. Oh, I didn't even. Samantha, I was just about to leave. Oh no. Oh, but I won't yet. You know why? I've only been streaming for. I'll stream for another. It's only 26 minutes that I've been streaming. I did work before the stream though, but I will stream for at least a half hour because, challenge. So I finished these guys over here and I was just trying to draw this dude is all I've done. So I don't hate you. Oh, I don't hate you. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I spent the day finishing up this knitting pattern that I'm gonna people have requested, and I gave the prototype to my kid, and now I need to knit up one more version, and then I can post the thing. What's wrong with her? Which one? The PC or the Mac? Which computer of your wife's? Because doesn't she have two? The PC. Well, that figures. Oh, did I say that? I have been both a PC and a Mac user in my day, so you resign, and then of course you get a broken computer. Isn't that always the way it happens? Oh, the fan. Yeah, that's happened to me on stuff like a laptop and maybe one of my PCs. Did you guys clean it out? Sometimes they get really full of dust and they just stop. Did you? I'm sure you already checked that, but did you like clean out the... Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh my God. That's not good at all. Yeah. I wish they would make... I wish they wouldn't like build in like... What am I trying to say? I wish when they made computers and stuff, they would just make it so you could just continuously like swap out and upgrade parts and not have to like get a whole new computer and have all that waste, you know. So are you guys going to replace it or just make do without it for a while or what? And is all of her data on there like retrievable? Did she have it backed up or... I don't know if this drawing is any better or worse than the previous version of him, but we're gonna go with it. I still don't think it's looking... Heroes of the Storm, what is that? What is up with this pencil? It is not working over me at all. Oh, okay. Do you play that game too? Day was mellow. I finished up this knitting pattern thing that I was saying, and it's something that I've knit before for sale. That is an original pattern I made of a teddy bear. But I had never written it down, like officially written it down to sell to other people. And I had lost all my notes, and so I had to kind of like, it's been an ongoing thing. It wasn't like that big of a deal. It's just, it took me, I put it off forever. Somebody did request it on Etsy, and I just hadn't gotten to it. So anyway, I finally finished it. I need to now, though, make one more, I need to knit up one more version of the bear. Then take pictures of it and finish up the PDF pattern, and then I'll list it for sale on Etsy and my Ravelry store. And I'm trying to gather together all my similar patterns to make an ebook out of, but that will be a while. So there's a couple more different ones I want to add, variations of things that I want to add as well, which I need to knit up and make. But I was hoping to get that done a lot sooner than I have, but I slack. That's what I did. I knit today. Knitting. Knitting while listening to the news of the lovely news of the world and other people's podcasts. Catching up on stuff. This dude's got some styling hair, man. Styling. This dude is a hottie. Hottie. Except he's sort of like a monk, so maybe he doesn't care that he's a hottie. Oh, so what kind are you like? Would you say you're beginning, intermediate, or advanced knitter? Yeah, it does take a lot of time, which is why I usually do it like in the winter in front of the TV, or in my case, the computer, watching streaming things. Intermediate to advanced. Well, then you just might get a copy of my bear pattern, because it is an intermediate level pattern. Are you on Ravelry? Oh yeah, I love to crochet too. I just started a granny striped blanket. I've got, so part of the reason, the other part of the reason that my office is such a freaking disaster, in addition to my grandmother's things that got parked up here, is that my yarn stuff has like literally exploded all over the room. And I mean, I've got like bags of yarn, boxes of yarn. I got yarn. My stash is ridiculous. And so I need to do a stash down. So I started when my cousin moved to Austria. I think Austria. She moved to Europe anyway. She mailed me all of her yarn that she had. And so there's a bunch of bulk. There's like some bulk skeins and unfinished blanket things she had going on in addition to other skeins and stuff. And so I'm using that to make a granny stripe, like giant blanket, which is stupid to do in the middle of the summer because it's going to be hot as sin on my lap. But the dog chewed up our lap blanket downstairs, so I'm going to replace it with this thing. You know, kind of like a scrap GAN. Well, I think I've mentioned this before, but what I do now is because I, now being vegan, I don't like to buy, I really like wool, but I don't like to buy cheap wool or cheap skeins or in like bulk skein, like at the Joann's, Hobby Lobby, whatever. $15 for a freaking acrylic red heart. Oh my god. Now, I got lots of acrylic up here because I've also got a lot of donated stuff like old people like can't knit so I got tons of acrylic up here. And because I'm like vegan, I'm like not totally, I end up having to use a lot of acrylic. But here's the thing. I have problems with acrylic too because I feel like all that little fluff, it's all that acrylic plastic. And I wonder where the hell am I breathing in this? All the fibers, the little fibers that come loose and shed everywhere. I'm like, that can't be good for the environment either. So it's just a no-win. But anyway, the point is that I like wool the best, but A, it's expensive. I mean, if you buy it ethically sourced or you get it from because I'm not like a ethical, not, I guess, Nazi as far as like, really hard lined. Like I believe that wool is still okay, but I would prefer to get it from like a small farm where they raise and shear their own sheep, and they're not like, there's a lot of cruelty in the wool industry when it's mass produced, as well as like, lamb and all that crap. Anyway, so the point being is that if I could, but that's expensive. Hand raised, ethically sourced, that shit's all expensive. So I either buy acrylic now, or I go and I get wool sweaters at the thrift store, and I unravel that shit. I have a drop spindle. Or no, not a drop spindle. I have a Russian spindle that I asked for when I was like really hardcore into knitting. Again, I was really hardcore into a bunch of stuff, and then my grandmother passed away and some other stuff happened, and I stopped everything. So at that point for Christmas or something, I had asked for, I have like a handmade Russian spindle that I got as a gift from my husband off of Etsy, I believe, hand turned. And I bought some wool at a craft fair that I was attending as a vendor from another vendor who has a local farm, and I have yet to do it. Oh my god. So you have a wheel even? Oh, I'm jealous. So yeah, I was gonna, because see, when I like learn about a thing, I have to learn about I have to learn how to do it. But I never did it, and now it got put on the back burner. So I'm hoping that once I get all this, get my office organized, and I can actually try to use my freaking spindle. I've watched a million videos on it, and I'm jealous that you have a wheel and you know how to spin and everything else. Oh my God. It's just amazing. Have you used one of those Russian spindles? I didn't like the drop spindle because I've like watched a million videos and I used to like follow a bunch of knitter and spinner podcasts like weekly religiously when I was first learning because I taught myself to knit. And so I watched all these women religiously and I learned so much, right? But when I watched the people do the drop spindle, I didn't like the motion. I liked the motion of the Russian spindle. So I thought I'd try that first. But, you know, I'm sure it'll take me a million years to master that and like figure it out. So I haven't. But eventually I want to try that. Because, you know, that's zombie apocalypse skills right there. But anyway, so in the meantime, so now for wool, I get, I go to the thrifts and I get, you know, sweaters in colors and plies that I like or whatever. And then I unravel them and I use that. So it's not as nice, obviously, because once it's unraveled, the yarn has lost a lot of its. They don't, with industrial yarn, they don't ply it. They just sort of like whack or, you know, whack whatever plies side by side. So it's not twisted. So it's more flat. But that was like another reason I wanted to get the spindle because I was thinking, and eventually like a wheel because then I could reply the yarn. Oh, well, you know, she throws backwards. Just the amount of like YouTubers that have like amazing how to knit YouTube videos now for beginners and it's like that's how I learned just by watching the YouTubers because I couldn't figure it out just from the books because I'm visual, you know, and I just couldn't. So I would just like watch the YouTubes, and a lot of people will also have like left versus right hand. Do you continental knit or do you like European knit? Because I taught myself to do both, but I still prefer I don't prefer the European one. I prefer the traditional, what is it, continental version. Oh, she just has her own style. Does she knit more than you? Oh my God, I don't know about this guy. This guy's really weird. Oh, crikey. Yeah. Are you two on Ravelry at all? Because if you are, we should friend each other on Ravelry. She starts Afghans. I'm the same way. Oh my God. All right, then. You need to start knitting again, lady. Well, now that you might have more time to do so. Beanies and scarves, huh? The only thing I have not knit yet is sweaters and stuff. I've done I knit for babies, but I don't do adult sweaters. There's just no frickin' way I have the time or the patience. But I'll make I'll make baby clothes. But I am not about to be knitting an adult sweater. Forget that. So. Ugh, bless her, man. These women that knit sweaters all the time, I just don't understand it. I mean, they're just. Does he wear it? That's the question. Oh, he didn't break up with her. That's hysterical. That boyfriend curse, yeah. Don't knit your boyfriend a sweater or he'll break up with you. Now, is that curse only for boyfriends, or does it count for husbands too, or spouses? Or is it only when you're unattached? Like, is the curse broken once you marry the person? Okay. I didn't knit until after I was married, and I haven't made a sweater yet for my husband, so I never heard of that until I started hanging on Ravelry. That's funny, though. I guess there's a lot of charity knitting in my future. I got a stash down with all this stuff. Like I said, not a lot of, I mean, it's not all like nice yarn. A lot of it is like acrylic. But, you know, there's something, you gotta, if you wash the Red Heart, that's the thing apparently, because it's got the stiffeners on it. So in theory, if you wash it, even before you knit with it, you can wash it up apparently, and it softens right up. So the, no, but the two yarn shops that were here near me, oh my god, they had such nice luxury yarns in there. They both closed, so alas. So did the bead shop, alas. All the nice things, they go bye-bye. Well, apparently there's something about you throw them in the wash with like inside like a oh yeah, I don't know, they all I used to go to those as well. Apparently if you throw the skein in like a lingerie bag or something, let's see really quick, I'm gonna look at it. How to soften Red Heart yarn. However, when I unravel sweaters, sometimes I do like unravel it, skein it up, wash it, hang it to dry, and then knit with it. It depends on how dirty the sweater is. Okay, let's see. Let's soften up that stiff, scratchy acrylic yarn. Let's see. Soften up before you knit or crochet with it. Let's see what they say. So this, I'll slide this over to the screen so we can see what it says. This is from the website. Soften up that stiff, scratchy acrylic yarn from Felt Magnet. I live in the middle of butt-freaking nowhere, and the only yarn that's regularly stocked is Red Heart Super Saver. A lot of people in this area grew up with it and aren't keen on trying anything else. The bottom line is that most of the time I have to use Red Heart Super Saver even if it's stiff and scratchy. It's a great cheap yarn for big decorative projects with lots of colors that other brands of yarn just don't make. Okay, blah blah blah. So, One involves two types of advice. One involves softening yarn before you ever stick your hook in it. Another had you softening the finished product. So, okay. So softening yarn before working with it. Here's what you do. Get rid of all the yarn labels. Take them off, throw them away, blah, blah, blah. Put your fingers in it and get the yarn nice and loose, but don't take it apart. Just make sure there's plenty of room for the water to get in. Stick it in a lingerie bag or a pillowcase. Wash it on cold with lots of fabric softener. Put it in the dryer with a dryer sheet. Take out and touch it with wide eyes like I do every yarn in the yarn aisle at Walmart for 10 minutes at a time. Soft, isn't it? So yeah, that's what you do. You stick it in a lingerie bag, or you can do it afterwards. Hand wash. Looks like they use vinegar. Soak it in water. Vinegar, maybe, not necessary. Hand wash it with shampoo. Rinse it 2 times to make sure all the shampoo is gone. Condition it. Let it soak in conditioner. Soak it. Wow, a lot of soaking and crap. I'd rather just do the first one where you just throw it in a lingerie bag, and I've done that too with like really old, hard, crusty wool that has, you know, it's like when I buy ancient sweaters at the thrift and I take them apart and they're really like just crispy. Not crispy because they're dirty, but just I soaked them in conditioner. I've soaked the yarn in conditioner to soften it up. Anyway, now you know. Now you know. So if you run across some Red Heart and you can't stand it, wash it in the washing machine and then run it in the dryer with some light on cool, because you don't want to melt it together, and then with the dryer sheets, and it'll soften right up, and then you can knit with it or crochet with it, or do neither. Just buy better yarn. I know. There was an Australian blogger, podcaster, yarn podcaster, that was on YouTube that I used to follow when I was first learning, and she'd buy boxes of Red Heart, I think, from Red Heart and have it shipped. Can't imagine that was cheap either. Yeah, that's bad, because here it's like, what, $5 is a bit for, $3 to $5 for a skein, a Red Heart, a regular skein, a Super Saver, it's still decently priced. Don't they have anything that's at a reasonable price there? And don't you guys have sheep there? Is it cheaper to get like from the actual, like, I know the Australians, they love to eat their sheep, which makes me lamb, which makes me so sad. I don't eat baby. Even when I wasn't vegan, I didn't eat baby anything. Not right, people. I've only been vegan for a couple of years. Before that, I didn't eat any baby anything. Not nice. Really? Well, that seems really silly. If you live on a very small island in the middle of the frickin' nowhere southern hemisphere, and you have to import all your crap. Wow. I mean, I get it. You got limited resources and stuff, but you should strike up some deals. Your government should strike up some deals somewhere to try to get some, make the money exporting and saving some money on the importing. Yeah, you need the imports. This is why I'm not a world leader. Right. It just means that you guys aren't so freaking wasteful. Things cost more. Maybe you guys respect things more down there than we do here. I've about had it with this guy. I can't take it anymore. I don't really care about this man. This man looks like he dresses like a Vulcan and he's like an Andorian ripoff. I don't really care. Did I give him arm sleevey thingies up here? Yes, I did. Oh, I sure did. I can tell I'm frustrated because I'm pushing really hard on my Cintiq for no frickin' reason. Well, hopefully things will change and it won't be so damn scary here because I'm over it. As many, many people are. And secondly, it's good that you're with your mom. And thirdly, a worm farm. I was looking into that because I was like, when I was able to, for my garden, but I didn't. Are you guys going to like have them in tubs in the house and sell them, or sell the worm, what's that called? The castings, or what are you going to do? Oh, you mean about like spending way too much time on 2 pages? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, well then what are you going to do with the castings, the worm castings? Are you going to sell them to other people? Are you going to use them in your potted plants around the house? Do you have a yard where you grow stuff? Excellent. I am not up to drawing hands today. I'll tell you that right now. I'm tired, man. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. No, sir. Not going to do it. So, that guy's looking really weird. I'm going to leave him alone for now. Save. Yeah, I started a garden. Ooh, I still have coffee in here. That's great. Just keep drinking the coffee at 1 o'clock in the morning, Karen. I started doing my. I made a garden plot out back, but I haven't gotten to it in a couple of years because I haven't been feeling well. And now it's overgrown and a disaster. If you were here, I'd take your case. I get some worm casings off you. Worm castings, whatever the hell they're called. I know, right? I don't normally drink coffee this late, but I was like, oh, look, I didn't finish it. I have terrible acid reflux right now. So drinking more coffee is stupid. I don't know what's causing it tonight. Stress, misery, sadness. Yeah, you got to get a yard, spinning your own stuff. Got to get ready for that zombie apocalypse. Oh, I got all kinds of... I got the GERD. I know all what I should and shouldn't do for it. And I know what triggers it. So... I didn't used to get the GERD, but, you know, I got old. Can't really eat onions anymore. Even though I like them. No guns in New Zealand. Well, you don't need a gun. No, you don't need a gun to kill a zombie. You just need to chop his head off, right? Chop their heads off. Or bash their brain skulls in. Or cut their legs out from under them so they can't chase you and then set them on fire. If they can't chase you fast enough, they can't bite you. If they can't bite you, then, you know, you just... Unless you get those fast zombies, in which case, yeah, you're screwed. So... All right, it's 1:00 a.m. here in the Midwest. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go give the doggy some love. Yeah, fast zombies. I don't like those. Slow zombies aren't really that much of a threat unless you get caught in a whole posse of them. Next time I'll remember to shoot you a little messenger. But if you're busy and you're not looking at your phone, you won't know that I'm on anyway. It's okay, man. I'll be around tomorrow as usual. Wait a minute, is it Sunday there already? I was going to say, by the time I stream tomorrow night, you're going to be like at... Wait, you're not going to be at work yet. I don't remember. I will take care. I'll go chillax. It is Saturday already. Oh, 5 p.m. on Saturday. All right. So then it'll be Sunday night, Sunday afternoon when yes, it'll be Sunday afternoon tomorrow when I stream again for you, but Saturday night for me. Yeah. It'll be much easier when you're not working and I don't have to think about this because then you're either on or you're not. I don't have to worry about, are you at work? Where is she? What's she doing? You'll just be like working from home doing your shit, man. It'll be good. So. And if we're lucky, I will no longer be working on this stupid panel after tomorrow. Yes. All right, lady. Enjoy your evening with your wife, and I'll talk to you mañana. Later.